Although I've had one or two barley wines over the years that I do enjoy, I'm not generally a big fan of barley wines. However, since I told Average Joe from the Beer Patrol I'd love to see him do a blind challenge between two barley wines, I figure I should review a barley wine since I haven't had one in a while. What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. I'm sure you're all tired of hearing me talk about Halftime Beverage. Just go check them out, place an order. It's an awesome place. They have over 1,000 beers. They always have new beers dropping all the time. I've bought from them a couple times. And if you haven't seen my unboxing, go check it out. But I bought this beer right here from Halftime Beverage, and this is the Cinnabon. It's from Sapwood Cellars Brewery out of Maryland. And I don't know why I bought this, because I'm not a fan of barley wines. I've had a few barley wines over the years. I still have a Bigfoot in my fridge from a couple years ago that I need to review, but it's a barley wine, so I just don't like them generally. However, the 26th beer review I ever did on my channel, way back when I first started, was a barley wine called Beware of the Moon, and I loved that beer. Of course, it was made by Zool Beer, so obviously it had to be a good beer. And I'm hoping this one here is just as good. I just happened to notice that this also suffered some collateral damage from when a couple of beers froze. I got some beer residue from when that beer froze in my fridge and exploded all over the top of this. I don't want that to influence the flavor at all. I don't know if it would. But like I said, this is the Cinnabon from Sapwood Cellars. This is a picture of the can here, a bunch of cinnamon rolls on it. And I bought it because, one, I haven't had a barley wine in a while, and two, this does sound pretty tasty. I mean, cinnamon was what caught my eye. Then I saw it was a barley wine. I'm like, I don't know if I really want to buy this. But then I was decided, I don't do barley wines very often on my channel, so why not? So on the can here, it says Sapwood Cellars in collaboration with Cinnaholic. Ale, 1 pint, 10% alcohol by volume. Brewed and canned at Sapwood Cellars, Columbia, Maryland. Over here it says barley wine ale with vegan cinnamon rolls, vanilla, cinnamon, and caramel. So I'm not like a vegetarian, vegan. I don't understand, I shouldn't say understand. I don't know a lot about what is and isn't vegan. If you know, let me know down below what would make a cinnamon roll not vegan. I don't know what ingredient would make it not vegan. But apparently they used vegan cinnamon rolls. Our friends at Cinnaholic in Gambrillis, Maryland, froze their day-old unsold cinnamon rolls for a couple of weeks. We loaded up the mash for this barley wine with several hundred of them. We bolstered their flavor with more vanilla beans, cinnamon sticks, and caramel in the finished barley wine. We also found out day-old cinnamon rolls are still pretty delicious. Cheers, Matt and Scott. This beer is vegan. Refrigerate, drink fresh. Aren't most beers vegan? I don't know. Again, I don't know the whole what you have to qualify as vegan, what is vegan, what isn't vegan. I would think almost all beers, other than maybe oyster stouts, are vegan, but who knows? That's beyond my wheelhouse. On the bottom here, it says canned on March 17th of 2026. Now, as somebody that doesn't drink a lot of barley wines, isn't generally a fan of barley wines, I don't know if you're supposed to age barley wines, how long you should age them, if you are supposed to age them, or any of that nonsense, because I'm just generally not a fan. Again, Beware of the Moon from Zool was amazing. I would definitely drink that again. Hopefully this beer ranks up there with that one, because that was a really good barley wine. And if barley wines are more like Beware of the Moon, and maybe this one's like that, then maybe I'd be more into buying and trying more barley wines. If I didn't mention, I paid $9.99 for this can of barley wine on Halftime. Let's get on into it. I've talked enough, right? On Untapped, let's get to 3.97 with 459 check-ins. Beer Advocate, there was no score. I'm not exactly sure. Wow, this looks like something I won't like. I'm not exactly sure what the proper glassware is for a barley wine, but I chose a snifter since it's 10% ABV. The way that poured out, oh my God. So first of all, the way that poured out, that looks like stuff that I don't like. The cinnamon smell is sticky. I'm getting a huge, sticky cinnamon smell. I mean, that's like cloyingly sticky cinnamon. Just massive, massive cinnamon bun smell as soon as I pop that, and it's not going away. I'm enveloped in this like cinnamon, this sticky cinnamon bun kind of smell before even bringing the glass to my nose. It just gets stronger when you put your glass up to your nose. That is like an overwhelming, sticky cinnamon bun, almost caramelized cinnamon kind of smell. That just smells super sticky, cloyingly sweet, crazy cinnamon. And there was a slight bit of head on there as I was talking. It dissipated quickly. And that's kind of like a brown, orange, not orange, but brown, reddish, auburn color. Pouring out, it looked very like whiskey-like, which a lot of times when beers pour out whiskey-like, they tend to be beers I don't like. And again, I'm not a big fan of barley wines. I don't even know if I want to try this, because barley wines sometimes, or a lot of them, have this like weird stomach bile, disgusting flavor to me. But we're going to do it, right? Let's find out if this tastes as much like a cinnamon bun as this smells. Cheers, everybody. I don't even know what to say. Big time cinnamon. Big cinnamon. Sticky bun cinnamon. Like cinnamon roll cinnamon. That's like liquid cinnamon rolls. It's a light bodied liquid, but it's syrupy. Just big time cinnamon. Cinnamon bun, cinnamon roll. This will sound odd. It tastes to me like that flavor that I don't like is in there, but is being just covered up and enveloped by the cinnamon bun and the cinnamon, so I don't mind it. As far as 10% alcohol, I don't get it here. I don't get it here, but I'm getting some warming in the stomach. But that's a liquid cinnamon bun. If you go to the airport, you see those big cinnamon buns, or truck stops, or whatever, with their Auntie Anne's or whatever. I know they said this is from Sapwood Cellars or Cinnaholic. I don't know if I've ever had anything from Cinnaholic, but like the Auntie Anne's, when they're fresh and hot, whatever the cinnamon bun sellers are in the airports and the truck stops, that's what this tastes like. It does actually have a little bit of like a bready, sticky bun kind of flavor to it, maybe even a little bit of consistency, and liquid cinnamon, like cinnamon icing, that vanilla icing on the top. That's what this is. This is kind of dangerous. And even though I say it's like a syrupy light bodied, it does feel like it's a little bit filling. I think drinking this, you would know this is a higher ABV beer or a dangerous beer. I could not drink a second can of this in one sitting, but this is really, this is amazing. I can't believe this. This is definitely up there with the Beware the Moon from Zool. This is an incredible barley wine. I can't believe I just said those words. This is incredible. If you like cinnamon, if you like cinnamon buns, sticky buns with the cinnamon, especially that cinnamon vanilla icing. You would love this thing. This is, I hate myself for this. This is definitely a 2 horns up beer for sure. This is really, really good. It is sticky. It is sweet. It is cinnamon bun. It's exactly what this is. If you handed this to me blindly, I don't think I would call it a barley wine or pick out that it was a barley wine. But I could 100% tell you it was some sort of cinnamon bun, cinnamon roll, cinnamon icing type of beer. This is incredible. Sapwood Cellars in collaboration with Cinnaholic. This is amazing. I need to find more of your beers. If this is the kind of product you put out, I need to find more of your beers. This is stellar. I mean, for those of you out there that are scared of barley wines, don't like barley wines, if you like cinnamon, give this thing a go. This is just incredible. You can pick it up. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up still on halftime beverage by the time this video comes out. But this is, man, I wish I would have bought a couple more of these just to share with people. Because this is really, really tasty. I'm sure I've talked long enough that everybody's tuned out. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite barley wine is if you had one. And as always, embrace the adventure.